I think that this type of oversight in the classroom is best left to the professional practices of the school and district office leadership.
The Flagler County School Board has approved a new classroom materials policy following a debate over neutrality, free expression, and teacher trust. Policy 9700 addresses displays or materials in classrooms that could be seen as advocating personal, political, or ideological viewpoints. Board member Janie Ruddy argued the rule could unintentionally undermine relationships between parents and educators.
Not to mention if there are cultural heritage months or even in the curriculum itself, there are pieces that could be deemed as not neutral simply for somebody's opinion. And I would encourage us to remember during our workshop that even us as a school board, there were some members who were asking, well, would this intervene with prayer by the flagpole or other clubs?
Board member Christy Chung supported the change, saying it brings needed clarity.
I think that the policy is very clear. It's speaking to classroom materials on personal advocacy, ideological, political, or religious symbols. My goal is that we maintain a neutral classroom environment. If we don't do that, my concern is more people will pull their children out of school and use vouchers, and that's less, funding for our schools. So that's just something to consider.
Ruddy argued oversight of classroom materials should remain with school administrators and professional standards already in place, while supporters argued the clearer policy could prevent future disputes. After about 10 minutes of back and forth, the measure passed with a 3-1 vote, formally adding the new language to district policy. Janie Ruddy was the lone dissenting vote. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, October 31st.
Because I do find that particularly in industrial parks, there can tend to be a dearth of lunch places for folks to go. So having the ability of a food truck to go in there and provide that might be useful.
The city of Palm Coast is cooking up new rules for food trucks, aiming to expand mobile food vending while balancing safety, zoning, and business fairness. At this week's workshop, the council was presented a draft ordinance that would allow food trucks on more commercial and industrial properties, with site plan approval to ensure safety and parking compliance. Vice Mayor Teresa Pontieri said the city should trust the market to balance competition and allow food trucks to operate alongside established restaurants and not be restricted by overregulation.
Capitalism will dictate whether or not a food truck that comes into a park is going to draw business away from a brick and mortar. And if the people want to eat at that dispensary, that's their choice. Council
members agreed the new approach should make it easier and cheaper for local food trucks to set up on private parking lots like Lowe's or Home Depot. Palm Coast Mayor Mike Norris.
I think we're kind of making it too cumbersome for these guys to operate. And I agree with the vice mayor about, as an ancillary item for a primary structure, say like Home Depot. And so I'm in full agreement with what the vice mayor said.
The draft ordinance will return to the planning board on November 19th with the first reading expected December 16th. If approved, Palm Coast new food truck rules could take effect early next year, creating fresh opportunities for local vendors to serve the community. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311. In other news, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office is taking extra steps to keep children safe this Halloween. Deputies are conducting sex offender compliance checks across the county, ensuring the 28 local offenders under special restrictions stay home, keep lights off, and avoid any contact with trick-or-treaters. Sheriff Rick Staley says protecting families remains his top priority and violators will be taken to jail. Meanwhile, community support for first responders continues to shine. The 9/11 Memorial Tribute Climb, Hammock Beach Resort, and the Flagler Fire Rescue's annual golf outing presented an $8,000 donation to the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, honoring America's fallen heroes and funding scholarships for future first responders. And finally, in county leadership news, Fire Rescue Chief Michael Tucker has named Daniel Van Dusen as interim deputy chief, following the promotion of Percy Sales to deputy county administrator. Tucker says Van Dusen has walked the walk, rising from firefighter EMT in 2005 to second in command nearly 20 years later. Halloween weekend is here, and there's plenty of family fun going on in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Celebrate Halloween early at the Florida Agricultural Museum's free Tricks and Treats event, packed with festive fun for all ages. Enjoy pumpkins, a costume contest for you and your pet, candy cannon blast, and classic games before heading out to trick or treat. Parkview Church's annual Trunk or Treat offers a festive evening of decorated trunks, candy, and family fun. Guests can stroll through creatively themed displays while enjoying sweet treats and a lively community vibe. Hammock Community Center's Cranksgiving invites 5th through 12th graders to ride, donate, and support a local food drive. Join the fun with a trail ride, bike team intro, and drop a donation at Deborah Jean's Coffee. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
A last-minute schedule change brought the Battle of Pirates to the ship, with Matanzas hosting the Palm Bay Pirates yesterday evening. Cole Walker found Ladarian Baker for a 7-yard opening drive touchdown pass. Baker finished with 53 yards, becoming just the third Pirate to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark in a career.
I know I've been chasing. That was my goal, to get the most yards in Matanzas history, and I'm still going to get that achieved.
Back-to-back touchdowns for Jordan Schendorf, one receiving, one rushing, gave the Pirates a 21-7 lead at the half. Walker's 2 touchdown passes give him 18 for the year, second most in the season. Walker also became the first Pirate quarterback to reach the 2,000-yard mark in a single year. In the second half, the Pirate lead ballooned to 35-7 thanks to 2 return TDs by Jaden Dormeville, 35 yards on a fumble, 65 on an interception. Jaden had 164 return yards in the game.
Fighting back and giving back to my guys, because I had made a couple mistakes, a lot of touchdowns, but I told them, like, Coach, I got you, I'm going to get it back. And I got it back, and I doubled it. Had to show them that I got it in me.
Devin Williams had a 26-yard touchdown run. Wiley Connor rushed for 203, becoming the first 1,000-yard rusher since 2016.
Everyone was talking about it. The O-line really wanted it, so I knew I would get it for them.
The Pirates win their 4th straight, 41-14. FPC looks to stay in the postseason conversation at Sal Campanella tonight against Fleming Island in the WNZF Game of the Week. Coach Patrick Turner.
When you play with passion and play to win, good things usually happen.
The Eagles are a spot ahead of Matanzas in the playoff ranking, so a Bulldog win would help both schools. Kickoff is at 7. Tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., join a special post-game edition of the Rich and Mike Show as we recap both games and contemplate postseason odds for both teams. FPC Girls Golf advanced to regionals thanks to medalists Sophia Stivic and Ivy Seclaris, who also finished in the top 10. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.